You're doing all the right things, getting enough sleep, eating healthy, even working out, but you still feel exhausted. No matter how much you rest, you wake up tired. You push through the day, running on caffeine and determination, only to crash at night. And tomorrow, the cycle repeats. Most midlife women think they just need to do more. More sleep, more self-care, more effort. But what if your exhaustion isn't about what you're doing, but where your energy is going? The truth is, your energy is leaking in ways you don't even realize. And if you don't fix the leaks, no amount of rest will ever be enough. In this episode, we're uncovering the 3 biggest energy leaks that are draining you and how you finally take your energy back without adding more to your plate. This is the Pursue Your Spark podcast, and I am Heike Yates. If you're feeling stuck in midlife wondering, how did I get here? You're in the right place. We're all about real transformation, not quick fixes. My mission is to help you break free from limiting beliefs and outdated habits using fitness and wellness as tools for change. Each episode offers practical strategies for turning complex challenges into simple, actionable steps. So bring your yes, I can attitude and earbuds, and let's explore how you can truly thrive in midlife. I remember it like it was yesterday. Sunday afternoons used to be my choreography afternoons. So I was a single mom at that point, living with my kids in a small townhouse, and I had landed this fitness position at an aerobics director here in Maryland. And every Sunday, I put together my choreography for step aerobics, and you may remember step aerobics. And I always had great choreography, but that Sunday, nothing would stick. I couldn't remember the combinations. I couldn't put them together so they flowed well. And I finally just sat down on my step and basically gave up. I felt so overwhelmed with all my responsibilities as a mom now, as a single mom, splitting the kids with my ex-husband, running to school when they needed something or PTA meetings, and then also making my new boss happy with showing up with a smile every day, teaching those classes, getting new classes on the program schedule, getting all the members excited, that I just felt, I'm not excited anymore. I feel so exhausted and my energy is just draining away faster than I can say hello. I didn't know what to do, and I thought about it, and I said, well, my energy is leaking from somewhere. Pushing harder doesn't help me. Doing more doesn't help me either. I'm feeling utterly overwhelmed. And this is when the idea of the energy leak started blooming in my head for this episode. And I said, how many women feel like I do, where they say, I'm doing everything. I'm sleeping well and I'm resting. I'm taking time for myself, but I'm always tired. And the answer in this case isn't about the sleep, the self-care, the eating enough protein. Something is leaking and it slowly drains your mental, emotional, and physical energy without realizing. And you're thinking, what is this energy leak and why is it draining me? You don't need more energy. You need to stop losing the energy you already have. I'm a big fan of visualization. So think of your energy like a bucket of water with holes. No matter how much you try to refill this energy bucket with sleep, nutrition, and self-care, the water keeps draining out of those holes in the bucket. Those holes, they are the energy leaks that I mentioned, hidden drains like overcommitment, mental overload, and waiting for the perfect time to take care of yourself. And they're just draining out. And even if you sleep a little more, you still feel drained when you wake up exhausted, even after a full night's sleep. Or you feel drained by the afternoon. Now, how much caffeine you drink can't stop the energy leak. You're constantly pushing through fatigue, but you never feel fully rested. And you do all the right things, like I said at the beginning of this episode. You exercise well, you eat well, you sleep, but you still feel burned out. And here's the kicker. If you do not fix these leaks, no amount of sleep, supplement, or self-care will ever be enough. You keep schlepping around, wondering why you don't have more energy. And I know so many of us are noticing that they feel drained of energy. And if you don't start seeing your energy as something that you need to protect instead of replenishing, you will run on empty. And this, my friend, I call the overwhelm trap. Why more effort won't fix your midlife fatigue. So many of us think that we need to push harder, we need to do more. Working harder, or the mindset of working harder, is believing that more equals better results. But exhaustion isn't a sign that you need to do more. It's a sign that something needs to change. And then, of course, self-doubt creeps in. You're saying or thinking to yourself, I can't give anything up. What would other people think about me? I feel guilty if I don't do all the things that is expected of me and all the errands I'm supposed to do that were given to me by myself or by somebody else. Let's look at my client, Sandy. She says, I wake up exhausted, even after 8 hours of sleep. My jeans don't fit the same and I'm snapping at everyone. What is happening to me? Well, she is juggling a very demanding career. She has 2 adorable but also demanding teenage kids, and her mom lives by herself and she needs her help as well. And meanwhile, her body is changing in ways she does not recognize. Hello, hot flashes and brain fog, unpredictable moods, and the scale is creeping up no matter what she eats. She says, Heike, I'm sticking to everything you're telling me to do with my nutrition and my exercise, but look at this. So it's a storm of physical and emotional upheaval, and she feels like she is losing control. This isn't about managing time better. It is about managing energy differently. Instead of asking, how can I fit more into my day? Ask yourself, what actually deserves my energy? And here I want to just point out the inbox, your email inbox. Are you the person who sits there actually having all the tabs open that you can possibly have open on your laptop or your desktop or whatever you work on, and then you see your emails popping in because you set notifications to those emails? And you answer each email as it comes in. Do you respond instantly to whatever is happening on your laptop? That drains your energy. Do those emails deserve your energy at that very moment? Or can you set boundaries? Or you may ask yourself, what else can I add to my day? Instead of ask yourself, what can I let go of? And it's perfectly okay to write down a list of to-dos, and I call them sometimes the shit to-do list, because it's so long. And then you circle the ones that you absolutely must tackle today. The real problem is that many women treat fatigue or loss of energy like a scheduling issue, when it's an energy management issue. You're getting the idea, I guess. Even when you're resting, your brain may still be running in the background, planning, overthinking, and preparing for the next task. This sometimes happens at 3 a.m. in the morning, and I have those too. Mental exhaustion feels just like us draining us physically and mentally. And it's important that you know the distinction. If you don't learn to manage your energy differently, you'll always feel like you're running on empty. Again, no matter how much sleep, exercise, determination, and chutzpah you may have, it's not going to happen. In the end, you end up in the overwhelm trap, Women don't feel exhausted because they're lazy. And I hear you out there when you're saying, oh, Heike, I didn't get all this done. I'm not good enough. I'm actually feeling lazy. You are not lazy. You feel exhausted because you're trying to do everything. True recovery doesn't happen by adding more. It happens when you allow yourself to do less what drains you. And I think about this in the sense of fitness. If you keep pushing hard every day in your workouts, there's no time for recovery. There's no time for healing. There's no time to take a breath. When we train, I always say you have to have one rest day per week. One. Stretching is exercise. I want you to do nothing. I want you to go outside, enjoy the sun, read a book, drink some tea, do your work, but don't overload yourself. So think about this. It's our recovery to stop those energy leaks is the same as when it comes to fitness. We have days where we work harder and other days where we don't work so hard. Other days we're focusing on certain tasks. Other days we don't, just like fitness training. And if you want to know more about the overwhelm trap and other traps that we find ourselves in midlife, I leave a link in the show notes for my new book called Pursue Your Spark, Your Guide to Escaping Midlife Traps, Reclaiming Confidence, and Living Fully. I'll leave a link in the show notes so you can get your own copy. You heard me mention the word midlife fatigue a few times. I believe there's 3 energy leaks leading to midlife fatigue. And if you're exhausted no matter what you do, it's not because you're not doing enough. It's because the energy is leaking in ways we haven't discovered yet. And I want to start with the what about me, air quotes, syndrome. You know, my friend Barb said the other day, I've been taking care of everybody else forever, it seems. And I took care of the kids, and now they have moved away. And she noticed that life is shifting because the kids are away. She's an empty nester, but her identity is so wrapped up in being the mom, she doesn't even know what comes next. She's overwhelmed by the idea of starting something of her own. And that's not uncommon. Starting a fitness routine, a new hobby, anything feels daunting because it's just more on your plate. And it takes time to reshape your life and rethink. And Barb said, I want to do something different and I want to make a change. They're gone. I don't have all the kids stuff to do, but I don't even know what to do. So what about me? And that brings us to energy leak number 1. Saying yes to everything but yourself. Every yes to something you do not want is a no to yourself. Overcommitting is one of the biggest energy drains, not saying no. Many of us believe that being a good mom, partner, or professional means always saying yes. But who decided that? Who said that you have to say yes all the time? And I've said this in other episodes before, is you can say no politely. You can say no in a way that doesn't feel like you're dropping that errand or that task on somebody else, but it allows you to stand your ground and set your boundaries. Ask yourself, if you had a whole free day, what would you actually want to do? Saying yes to yourself. Start those lists, ladies. We say yes because we think we have to, but setting boundaries is how you reclaim your energy. You're already filling one of those holes. Number 2 is mental overload and decision fatigue. Your brain isn't tired because you've done too much. It's tired because it never stops. It's a constant feeding of your brain, a constant thinking. And decision fatigue is a real thing. Some people think, oh, it's just made up, but it's not. Midlife exhaustion isn't just about the physical tiredness. It is more often than not a mental overload. Your worries, your guilt, your have-tos, your shoulds, the hundreds of tiny decisions you make each day. What to eat, what to wear, what's next on your to-do list, drain your energy. And I understand, I'm a planner. I need my list and I need my outlines. And I just recently discovered as I was writing my book that I like bullet points a lot. And I can see exactly what's going on and I can scratch them off or circle them by importance. But these are all tiny decisions that we're making that we don't even notice that we have to make. And when you think about that, just a decision of packing your workout clothes for the next day can be exhausting. And that's okay. You don't have to make these decisions always right away. Have you ever noticed that by the end of the day, even choosing what to make for dinner feels impossible? That is decision fatigue. So constant decision making is an energy drain. Simplifying choices frees up mental space, another hole that we can stop draining from our energy. Now, the $1,000,000 question is, how do I fill those 3 holes in my bucket and take my power back? And again, the key is not doing more. It's doing less of what drains you to keep your energy. Let's say, where do you focus your energy? That's where your energy follows. If your energy goes into your inbox all the time and you answer those emails right away, you are draining your bucket of energy. So focus of where do I want to go? What is my intention for today? And then you don't need more time. We all have the same 24 hours in the day, but you need to reallocate how you spend your time. My husband said the other day, I could fix your bike in the hour that after dinner I sit around, check my social media and just read and Reddit and do my social media stuff, which he's not a big social media person, but that's his downtime. He said, I could just go downstairs and fix up your bike. And that gives him more energy because he chooses where he spends your time. And then we need to set boundaries. And boundaries aren't selfish. And I talked about this on several episodes on the show here. They're not for you just to survive, but to really get your power back in setting boundaries with yourself in the things that allow you to do the things you want to do, and boundaries with other people so they do not infringe on your time, on your goals. And real control, again, doesn't come from doing more. This doesn't give us more control, but from choosing the things that actually fuels you. So think about those 4 steps or the 4 ideas of how you can take your power back without doing more, filling the bucket holes and keeping and getting more energy, keeping it in your bucket instead of handing it out freely to everybody else. And we often feel more in control or want to feel more in control, but real control comes from choosing what actually fuels you. It's like energy, fuel, eating, exercising, and setting boundaries. The energy you have isn't just about what you're doing, it's about what you are allowing. This is how you get your power back. So tell me, where is your energy going today? Is that where you want it to go? Or ask yourself, where is my energy going? Am I keeping my energy in my bucket? Can I fill those holes and enjoy my midlife? So now you know your energy isn't just running low, it's leaking. And some of those leaks come from moments you didn't expect, like the empty nest, when the kids are gone and life suddenly feels different. You've got the time, but something's missing: the routine, the noise, the sense of purpose. And in our next episode, we're talking about how the shift might quietly drain you and how to start refilling your cup in a whole new way.